Welcome to our ninth video in the series A Path to Stability, or subtitle A Path to a Quality Life. I want to really kind of wrap up because really our theme is transforming our pain in this subsection, and which is very, very important. However, we're talking about tools that will help you to do that. One of the tools that we talked about was practice and acceptance. Another was living in the present moment. And then we began to talk about the realization that you are a human being and not a human doing. I believe we devalue ourselves and do ourselves a disservice by defining ourselves, by allowing others to define us by what we do. Now, that's not to say that everything that we do should not be excellent, and that we should be able to be proud of what we do, proud of doing our best, proud of our work. But we get the cart before the horse. You don't function you don't do in order to be. In other words, you're not performing tasks to make you into someone. What you're doing is, because you are someone, you are able to perform tasks and get things done. And so a lot of times that really gets muddled and we get confused on that. And we talked about the identity crisis in the last video and a number of other things. Now, here's what I want to say as we wrap up. I finished on the point that there is no script for your life. There is no book, no video that you can go see exactly what you are supposed to do, because your life is unique. Your background, your past, your experience, your learning, your intelligence, your character, your makeup is very, very different. You are a pioneer, and that is something you have to discover. That is something you have to walk through. You'll go through some turns and go through changes and make adjustments. You'll make mistakes. You go through winter seasons in your life. You go through spring seasons in your life. You go through some really great times. You'll go through challenging times. But the sum total of that is you discover, your path begins to unfold as you begin to walk and step into who you truly are. And that is, you are a being, a very unique being. And one of the points I want to close on this is that we cannot remain trapped in our head and in our emotions if we're going to live a quality life. We can't do it. You can't stay trapped in people always thought you were less than. You can't stay trapped in the thought that things never work out for you. Everybody else always does well, but it never pans out for you. You cannot stay trapped in the thought that I'm going to be alone all of my life because nobody really cares for me. You have to be able to step out, get out of that, get out of the mindset. As a matter of fact, your thinking is creates the parameters for your life. If you really want to change your world outside, you have to change the inside. But you can't do that if you're in prison to thoughts that just continue to recycle, and you don't stop and take some time to breathe and create space between your emotions and your thoughts and your being. So you can ask the question, why do I feel this way? Why has this upset me? Why does this hurt so bad? Why, after 20 years, do I still feel this pain about this thing that happened when this long gone person is gone and that's all over? What has happened? What is the deal with that? And so, in order to be free, what you have to do is you have to take the time and you have to be aware. You have to be present, and that's in every way. I remember going on a trip. I was out in Denver, Colorado, but we went to the mountains And we two things I mentioned. There was this place called Lake Echo, very beautiful lake up in the mountains, on a plateau. The air was just clear and beautiful. The wind was blowing. There are benches that are around, and it just brought you into a place of awareness. You couldn't think about anything else. The beauty, the sky, the mountains all around you. It was just gorgeous. We attended another place where somehow somebody got out and built a wall out on the edge of almost a cliff like, and you could go out and look. And I remember going out and looking over the wall, and you could see 4 miles. It was so stunning that you were just in awe. I looked down to see some things moving, and I couldn't, and they looked really tiny. We were above the eagles. Eagles were flying and gliding, and we were above them looking out. And it was just really an incredible time. But what that did was my awareness, my thinking stopped about all of the things. I just enjoyed the fresh air, enjoyed that time. And it was just a very inspiring time. Well, you can't always go to the mountain. I like to go to the beach, but you can't always do that. And so one of the things that stopping and taking the time and collecting your breath, paying attention to what's, letting your awareness slip into what is going on around you without thinking about it, is a very, very powerful and a very, very important thing that you can do. I want to just encourage you that in order to transform your pain, you have to be able to, it's not an automatic thing. Many people think that it'll get better with time. Then that is not necessarily true. Your fears and the things that arrest you and concern you will not just go away any more than a bad transmission will turn itself into a new one. Look, if something is wrong with your car, you take it in, you analyze it, you have it analyzed, you figure out what's wrong. Then when you figure out what's wrong, you determine the steps that you need to take to make the changes, whether you need to repair it, or you need a new transmission, or you need a new car, but you figure that out. It is no different. If you give that kind of diligence to a car, are you not more important yourself? So those things that may have plagued you over your life are not going to disappear. They're not going to go away with time. You have to be willing to face it. You have to be willing to deal with it, and then really move forward in your life. And so that's very, very important in this process. I want you just to, again, take a moment. Take a deep breath. I know there's been a lot going on, but this is very, very important. Connect with your breath, the life that's in you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, and just relax. And be present. Be present. Thoughts may come, but don't get caught up in them. Keep your mind centered and focus on your breath. And I want you to take a few minutes and do that. I want you to practice that frequently. It's going to help you a lot to create the space so you can see very, very clearly. What I would, if you are enjoying the video series, if you like the video, please click on like on the YouTube station, YouTube channel. And then if you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and then you'll be notified when I add videos, and I'm going to be adding many of them. You can reach me at rogerckelly.com. There you can sign up for my complimentary newsletter. There are many things I'm going to be providing for help and support. I really appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.